10 o'clock, we'll call to order Boundary County Library Board of Trustee meeting for Thursday, October 26th. Do a roll call. Zone 1.
Ken Buck, engineering present.
Zone 2.
Here.
Zone 3.
Aaron Barash, present.
Zone 4, Bob Lang present. And Zone 5.
Lee Colson present.
Okay, we have a quorum. We now open up for public comments. Do you have anything? Okay, we'll go right into our agenda. Look for approval of the minutes for September 21st, 2023. Are there any adjustments we need to make on those? Did you get 2 pages of that, Lee?
You didn't get that email with all that scan stuff yesterday?
Did you send it to
I did.
Zone 5?
I sent it all, yeah.
Huh.
I have a little piece of paper that says it was successful.
My
22 pages, Lee.
okay. Oh,
Does everyone else have a chance to look at the minutes? Aaron, you did them. So.
I read it a few times.
Wendy, do you have any adjustments to the minutes?
No.
Okay. So I don't have any. So hearing none, we have a motion for approval of the minutes for September the 21st, 2023.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay. Okay. Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I,
Okay, motion carried. Okay, we'll go on to new business, review and approval of employee compensation for new budget 23 to 24. So basically what this is the approval of the individual rates that went into the budget that we already approved. And so is there any discussion on that?
I like the numbers. It's so, is it disheartening maybe to see, like, just when you finally catch up to what you think a reasonable rate for everybody is, you look at like the nationwide average numbers and suddenly you're $5 or $6 behind again. Anyway, but I think those are all reasonable rates for this area, and I hope your employees are satisfied with what they're getting there. Keep working at it.
Yeah, I like the structure also, and it kind of brings it up to within par for the area. And then we look at the phone.
Okay. And Wendy?
I don't know who is at the low end.
Part-timers and
Yeah, new hire part-timers.
Yeah.
Cause I still don't like that figure.
like I said, as soon as it gets to like what seems like a reasonable rate, you're $4 or $5 behind.
Yes,
The national ad, but we won't.
Well, the California told us what to do.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
this is what we can afford and this is reasonable and we're gonna keep cracking at it, but we're not gonna do it immediately and we're not gonna do it hard.
Okay,
Civic government doesn't get to do that kind of thing.
And I've looked at these in quite a bit of detail when Lynn was working on the budget. These are the numbers we used for our this fiscal year, which started in October. So, and it's still substantially less than we paid overall previous years because we've lost some more senior members. And so as time goes on, as some of the new hires get a little bit more.
Yeah, can I make a
knowledge.
comment on that? And I understand what you're looking at, Wendy, and what are your concerns, but part of what's going on is the block of people who are getting paid at that lower level are all new people. So when we did the budget, we talked about balancing out what they're earning with how long they've been there, the potential for their future there. And in my mind, I'm already thinking, so when I start working on the budget for next year, it'll make a difference because these people will have had a chance to either settle in and start really growing in that position or make it very obvious that they might be moving on. So that's why when we talked about it, we kept it at a certain level for the new people because half the staff is new people. Does that make sense?
yes.
Yeah. So I understand your concern, but the other side of that coin is, it's because we're starting from scratch to a large extent. So-
Okay.
And it also coincides with, this is kind of how we've always done it. So I wanted to stick to that because doing it differently didn't seem to really help in the past. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Lee, do you have any comments?
I still can't find that information, but I've talked to Lynn about it several times, and I think we're on the same page as far as payment goes.
Yeah. Nothing's changed, it's what it was before.
Right. And I guess I'm more in line with what Lindy's talking about. It seems like this should be something, but I understand we're starting out. And this is people at the beginning, so I would expect wages to go up as they get more experience.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, do we have any further discussion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the employee compensation.
I'll second
I would
that.
second that.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded for approval of the individual rates that were went into our budget. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried.
Are you in favor, Wendy?
I'm in favor.
I guess I didn't say opposed, did I? Sorry. Okay, the next item is hiring an auditor for the Boundary County Library. In the past, Schulte's office had been doing the audit for us, and he can no longer do the audit since they're doing our payroll and compiling all the financial data. And so I talked with Deborah Youngworth and some others earlier, and they're basically not for taking on new clients. And talking with Leonard, it's hard right now getting an auditor for a public entity just because of what's been going on with at the different public entities. And so anyhow, this Scott Hoover is somebody that he actually, I think, if I remember right, helped train at one time, and
Leonard, you mean?
Leonard, yeah. And so he's worked with him, and he said Scott wasn't really looking for any new clients, but Leonard did say that he would, do whatever he could to help him get his feet on the ground and get started on it. And, so we did we've got a engagement letter here, for the audit for the 2022 and 2023. The rate, for the services in the range of $7,000 to $7,500. Basically, it's kind of the same layout that we had with Leonard as far as what the auditor's responsibilities are, what our responsibilities are, and
What were we paying for the audit letter?
you know,
Do we know? Remember?
I don't know, but when I talked to Leonard about it, he said it's going for like 10 now.
Yeah.
So that's lower than what he and I talked about last month, yeah, so that's extremely reasonable. And he said that if we had to go, if this guy decided not to do it for us and we had to go looking for somebody else, it would be more like 15
Yeah.
at least.
Where is he based out of?
I think it's either coastal or that area,
Sure.
Yeah, I was just doing my audit of the document, and I didn't see an address on it.
Yeah.
you know.
That's fine though. I mean,
Yeah, it's something that's required that you do.
yeah. No, this
Yeah.
good to know. So you just need our okay to
Yeah, so we just need to
sign off on
get the board's approval on whether or not we want to do a contract with him based on his engagement letter here.
It seems straightforward, and if he's got.
What's that?
It seems straightforward, if he's got
Yeah.
Leonard's blessing.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you don't get it
Oh,
better.
yeah. And, you know, and Leonard did say, he says, hey, he says it's, you know, if the board has any questions, he says, I could even come to the meeting, but he says, it's basically, it's what we've done in the past.
Yeah.
You know, so, is there any further discussion on it?
No?
No?
Ray?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Okay, so for discussion, do we have a motion for entering a contract with Hoover Certified Public Accountant to do our audit?
Make a motion that we utilize Hoover Certified Public Accountant and Business Consultant for our audit.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Okay. Any further discussion? Okay, motion been made and seconded. All in favor of entering into an agreement with Hoover to do the library audit, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Next agenda item is director's report.
Okay, I included the statistics in everybody's packet so you can look through. We had 3,500 patron visits in September, 73 new patrons. Computer use is down to 200. We're keeping up on new materials, we're cataloging. Lots of people attending programs, which is great. I wanted to let you guys know a couple of things. We reinstated the library Facebook page, but we didn't use the old Facebook page. We actually created a new Facebook page.
Okay.
And we're using it strictly for promotional purposes.
Right.
It's just, here's what's happening, this is coming up, story time themes. There's no commenting from either us or from the general public. It's strictly to let people know. And the reason we decided to do that at this point is because we want to get more traffic, especially with the programs. And we had a discussion about it, and we took a look at it and decided that a lot of people, when they want to know what's going on, go to Facebook.
Yeah.
We don't do Twitter, we don't do,
It's the old people's.
that's the only way we do it.
Social.
It is.
Social media.
It is, yeah, and it's a business type thing, it's already established that that's, you know, like when I want to make a phone call, that's I'll go online and look and see, and if there's a Facebook page, I'll go right to there, because I know that menus or phone numbers, whatever. So that's kind of why we decided, let's try this and see if that brings in more traffic to our programs. So I wanted to let you guys know that that just went up last month, actually, yeah.
I like that it's no comment though too, because then that's a distraction from.
Yeah, and it's not what the intention is for.
Yeah, we don't, you know, there's places to have those conversations and on the library's portal to
Yeah.
good place for that in my mind, so I think that's good. You know, both from the library's perspective too, like we don't need whoever is running the Facebook account representing the library on the Facebook account, right? Because that's a distraction from, this is not just a single person running
Great.
the entity, right? There's a lot of people.
We're there, that's what we're doing, we're there, come and talk to us, or call us and say what's going on, because that's what we're there for.
No, that's good, and web pages are sort of clunky now, you know.
What is?
Websites, like actual websites, it seems like.
Yeah, well, see, we
have gotten sort of clunky
updated that,
recently.
and we keep on top of that, but people don't go there to check and see, because we've said that to people, you know, people will call and say, whatever's going on, and we say, oh yeah, go to the website. People don't do that.
Right,
They
yeah.
do Facebook,
We can do
so we
Facebook.
thought we'd try it to see if that increased our traffic.
Sure. And you can link, I mean, it links to the website from the Facebook
Yes,
page, right?
yeah.
And it has our phone number on there, so. And those are the two important things. Cool, thank you for updating us. on that.
Yeah, I think it's good to have that as information only, or over new control.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it lets me share it, like if it's on, I can share it with my friends too. So it creates the ability to extend who you're reaching by having that. And then November is Family Read Week, and Julie had contacted ICSL and got a whole box of goodies. It's a theme, and they're giving away spot books, and she's going to go to Valley View and read to some of the classes. But we're going to create this incredibly beautiful mural at the library around the Family Read Week theme. She's going to have every kid make a little, and Terry's doing this during story time too, make a little dot. And it's just this sweet little children's story, and then the mural is this lovely, each individual kid makes their own little spot, and we're gonna put it on the wall. So,
What's the theme?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I put you on the spot.
I'm really sorry. I know it's the spot book.
That's fine.
Yeah,
It
so,
sounds cool though.
yeah. Julie is a powerhouse. She
I love how bought in she is. for sure.
Totally, and she's so excited about programming and bringing kids in, and she's outreach, she's just really going for it.
I'm
It's
glad
great.
you guys are able to tap into her.
Yeah, me too, me too, it's amazing. She likes it. Yeah. So that's kind of what's going on this next coming month. Oh, and Diana did not have her surgery.
Okay.
She got sick, so they canceled it. So she's thinking maybe of postponing it until the spring. So that means senior staff is there, which is
Yeah.
wonderful. So that makes a difference in our staffing too, so just to let you guys know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell her to quit waiting on it.
I have told her that. Seriously, I don't know how many.
Drag her
Diana, you have to get this done. But she did, she caught a cold and actually they said no.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And you know, around here, it's like you don't want to have surgery in the winter and it's, you know, walking around and type stuff, so we'll see how it goes.
Anyone else have anything for Lynn?
Well, it's more of the related to the computers, you know, the programs and how old are the systems now. And, you know, typically you would only have a platform. So this was talked about a while back, it's right before you got it. So there's a platform that you want to stay in. And you go outside that platform, then it gets more expensive for upkeeps and so forth. So anyway, the reason I'm bringing that up because tomorrow is Black Friday for Dell. Oh, so I was looking at some there's some new systems on there for like almost a little bit below $600.
Okay.
So whether you contact
Derek.
Yeah, just to see what is a possibility, because you have the authority to sit there and do what needs to be done.
Yeah, he and I have talked about it a couple of times, and it's definitely something, that we've talked about, because there's a new Windows system coming.
Yep,
So we do have a number of computers that aren't gonna support that.
correct.
So he's already, I'm surprised you know about it, because normally he lets me know when there's something coming up like that. Because I did say to him, so keep an eye out.
Yeah, that's one of those things that, the technology, that when you get into that 5 year, I know that those systems are at that point or further.
Yeah,
Because even when you go to fire them up, it takes a while.
yeah, they're slower,
Yeah.
and that's what he said, they're just gonna get slower and slower.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's definitely something on the, and I think it's written in the budget too, that we're gonna start replacing those this year.
Right, so it's like, this FYI, those front transformer.
Okay. When I get back, I'll give him a call.
Eight computer uses a day though, last month, so we
Honestly-
don't need to go overboard in retooling 20 computers though, right? Probably
Well,
4
Or
or
you're gonna
5
pay,
computers would be a good
you're gonna
job.
pay one way or the other, so somebody's gonna sit there and manage it, sit there and upgrade it as you go along, so you gotta pay that person to sit there and do it, or how much you pay them to sit there and do 1, 2, 3 at a time. And then it's like, what are you replacing it with at that point? And that was one of the things that they came up with their early system, they were able to sit there and find a really good deal and then just get done.
Oh, Jen. That brings up a good point though, because I have noticed also that the usage during the day is not what it used to be. And I think that when COVID happened and everybody stayed home, between that and maybe,
The connectivity, I think, is
that
the big one.
is what I'm trying to say, yeah, it has gotten a little bit better. So the amount of traffic we have using the computers on a daily basis is indeed a lot less than it used to be.
And these things do a lot of things that your computer would do now too, so.
And we do have, a lot of people come in with their phones and do updates or print off their phones so yeah, there is a shift. And it had crossed my mind looking at those numbers that maybe we need to consider not having as many computer stations as we currently do.
A powerful Wi-Fi system that can let people attach with their own devices is
Right.
critical. But the individual terminals, I think we can pare that number down.
Yeah, I do
But if
see.
you look at the utilization of the staff.
And you want a hot rod computer for downstairs, right? We want a top of the line design CAD computer that can run stuff for.
Oh, in the Fab Lab?
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now what she's using is, there's a laptop that she's been using for a long
Yeah,
time.
but we want a really good computer because a weak computer does not run large
Right.
CAD programs. It's just so memory intensive. So, investing the money that we would put into eight weak terminals, let's get 3 or 4, user terminals and 1 Cadillac computer to run.
That's a really good
Maker
point.
space.
Yeah, I would talk to Derek about that too, because again, Derek's experience in the Fab Lab, we would know what that should look like in the future, so,
Derek.
yeah.
You have any comments, Lee?
No, that sounds really good to me. If we're only using 8 a day, we're probably, or they're only using 8 times a day, that might be a place to save a little money.
By not replacing all 10 of them.
That's right.
Right. It just, like that would be a way that we could focus our money on something else.
And space too, I was thinking about that too, if we don't have as many stations, that gives us space, which we always need that.
Do we have anyone who on that have for snow removal? Snow removal?
Jolene asked at Super One, and she has one person who said that he might be willing to do that. And I've explained to her that it's mostly we need somebody to come in before we open and make sure the sidewalks are clear. And then if we have a day where it snows all day long, we need somebody who's willing to come back. So we have maybe a line on it. It's a difficult thing because of that. It's not actually a job. You have to come in early in the morning and it's still dark.
Lee, get the Boy Scouts down here.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Sign up a Boy Scout for it.
It's kind
That
of,
back.
it's kind of a niche job, you know? So, sort of.
Because you got plowing on there though, right?
What's that?
You got parking lot plowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the
Yeah.
sidewalk.
It's just the sidewalks, yeah. And then when we're there, you know, Amy does it, I do it, Julie could probably go out there and do it during the day, the salt and all. It's mostly that first thing in the morning.
Yeah. And the problem is you have people that come by before the library's open and they pack it down, and you got that incline
Yeah.
slope, and it's just not a good situation. If
Yeah, you
don't
can't
get-
leave, I was gonna say, no, you cannot have it not cleared off, you can't.
Yeah.
There's just too many factors of, not just the snow, but it gets packed, sometimes it starts melting and then it ices up. It's definitely something you have to stay on top of. So that's the problem, you need somebody who's gonna come in at the break of dawn and do it properly,
Yeah.
so. It has to be a little side job, so if anybody knows anyone who might be willing to do that.
Well, you're suggesting that the scouts could get their merit badge and whatever.
Well,
We almost need somebody that has a way to get there. That's the thing about a scout is you have to fit it into a family's plan to get to the library before they go to school or something.
Yeah.
Right,
And that's the conflict right there.
yep, that's a huge part of it, so it's a perfect job for a teenager, but how do they get back and forth?
Yeah, nobody lives downtown really, so
Right.
they'd be hiking from the hill.
Well, maybe I'll find that out. We could think about doing
Okay.
that. Okay. Or contact the school.
Yeah, maybe,
Yeah. Okay, I'll get to work on it. You don't want to do it if you want to?
Well, I'm willing to, I'm willing to come down, like I have been.
I know, I don't want you to have to do it, yeah.
But sometimes I'm not around.
Yeah.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay. Okay, review of the September financials, which are also our year-end, fiscal year-end. Discussion. And anyone on those, Ken?
No, not like it was the previous month, so.
Okay. Wendy?
No?
This is our final then? This is,
That's our final
this is what's
for-
passing across?
For 2023, yes.
That's good.
Yeah, so, yeah, this one's our new fiscal year, so we were at 112% on revenue. But the sales tax was over double what was anticipated. The circuit breaker was double. Interest income was up significantly. And then on the expense side, we were at 68.2% of our budget, and as we've talked in the past, that's primarily due to the small crew we had when we got the library back open. That ended up at 61% of what we had budgeted. And a couple of the items that we discussed that were over was the insurance, which we had budgeted 8,000, and that was almost 15,000. And janitorial expenses up a little bit, and office expenses. In our new budget, we made allowance for that, so. Do you have any comments on that, Molly?
No, it looks pretty good. We still need to, well, I guess the thing is I'm working on it, figuring things that in the future we can work on, but we can use to benefit the library with that extra over.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've talked about repair projects and sort of, you know, identifying what it is we can do, and yeah, we have to be careful though, because I'm gonna waste some more time before it's all here. My neighbors on the Parks and Rec board, and they've been getting bids to try and build that little restroom at the fairgrounds park there, and they couldn't get the building built with a $500,000 check. You know, it came in over budget for that, for just that little 2 restrooms and a concession stand. And even when they pared it back, they still couldn't get it under $500,000. So we do have to be wary that the cost of construction has very dramatically increased, especially in Boundary County.
As far as grants for, like, you know, I worked on one earlier for like the library doors, the back doors and whatnot, and, do you have someone in-house that, could take some of that grant, those type of grant things on, or do we need to, assign a committee on the board to do?
I can ask Julie if she'd be interested in, because right now she's been focused on programming and books and stuff in-house. I don't know how much experience she has doing that sort of thing, but I could ask her. She's super savvy at getting on there and finding stuff, so.
If she can identify something, I don't know
Yeah,
that
there's
help out with.
yeah, there's a pretty short time frame on a lot of those. I think is seems like that Innovia, because they were like somewhere around January or so that they had to have the proposal in.
Okay.
And we actually looked like we were going to get approved, but it was during the time that we lost the
Oh, okay, yes,
director,
yes, I
and
remember
so
what you're talking about.
and the director is the person that's responsible for supervising the project, so we
Basically being the contract.
so we basically pulled out of it, yeah, so I think there's a good opportunity there to get the money if we do that.
Okay.
So I guess we need to decide what we want to look at, and
Yeah, it'd be helpful to have a list of, because we've talked about a lot of different things. It'd be helpful to have a list of what precisely we're most interested in going after. I know we have a short list. I know Bob and I have talked about the parking lot.
finishing paving it, is that the one that you are really?
Not just finishing paving, but if we spend the money finishing paving it, then I think we need to spend the money to actually create lines that say, right now, it's used a lot as a city parking lot, which it is not.
Right.
And I know in the past, directors have tried to talk to various people downtown about the usage of that parking lot. So if we spend the money paving it, I think we should also pay attention to kind of establishing places for a while, as much as we can. So that would be part of it too. So yeah, paving it, and what else were you guys interested in?
I mean, we've talked about an elevator,
Yeah, but
that's
better way to go would be a lift. You gotta stay away from the terminology elevator, because that is a union. So if we go with the lift, their company that I wound up finding the information, they were looking at trying to get a commercial one. So the one they had was a residential one that was a cylinder style. So, that worked between floors. They just hadn't gone in, and that's when the COVID hit, so I would imagine coming out of that, they're still looking at that commercial end of it. So I can follow up on that. But, that'd be a better way to go before we sit there and go through, the farther planning, so to speak, of what we're going to do.
Okay, also the upstairs carpet is looking really,
that back office area needs to be redesigned.
Yeah.
That's,
without getting too detailed, it is a factor, it is.
Paint and carpet, yeah, I mean, those, that black,
How much for that out? How much
black
for
walnut
the
panels,
panels
it's
that
just,
That's terrible.
it's so oppressive, you know, and it is so dated, something needs to be done with those walls upstairs. So if we're gonna scramble everything for the carpet, we might as well do the carpet and walls and one fell swoop,
Yeah.
right?
If we're gonna, yeah. Okay, anything else off the top of your heads? Just so that Julie has a focus.
Besides that right there, I would say that, you know, when you talk about real estate and more stuff, is those expandable vinyl systems.
The bookshelves?
Yeah, basically you crank them and you go vertical, but you save space.
Okay.
So that may, especially for like, you have a lot of magazines, stuff like that, even downstairs, and stuff that will sit there and give you some more.
It's actually a good idea. I bet they have all sorts of cool stuff in
It
shelves.
probably is, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And then down the line, if you ever do a renovation or whatever, that you can still relocate those to where you need.
Right, they'd be an investment.
Right, exactly.
Okay, that gives me some stuff to start out with.
Mechanical too. I know Lee's a pretty good, evaporator pipe plumber, but, you know, having the burn system checked and stuff like that, if we need. I don't know what
We had a new firm.
It's fairly new. When we
Yeah.
did the Fab Lab thing, that was part of what she used the grant money for, was to make a new
Update all
heating
that.
and cooling, it's both fairly new.
the.
Yeah, and again, I wasn't in on all that discussion and choices and stuff, but I do know that she spent a chunk getting that
Yeah, okay.
upgraded.
Do we have to have any cleaning?
Any cleaning?
Yeah.
We just replaced the filters and
I know, but of it, I mean, do you have a program to where, you know?
for the furnace and the cooling? Not really, no. You know, when that issue that we had where it leaked that one time, and I finally called Cool It and he came in and cleaned it, he said you just flush it out like every 2 or 3 years. And that's the only problem we had. Between that and the filters, it's like maintenance rather than,
Right, right.
yeah, an overall thing,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Anything, Lee?
So, the only other thing that, Lynn and I talked about is there's a crack in the foundation on the, I guess it'd be kind of the northeast corner where the sidewalk sort of meets the building. And I was wondering if we'd had that looked at and knew anything about it.
No, I need to get Montessori Builders out to look at it, because I think they're the ones that under Craig came out and did that basically concrete glue along the side of the building there.
Right.
Okay.
And that's what's falling apart, is where they did that, but just in that one little section. So I need to get a hold of them and ask them about repair on that.
That might be a better thing, just do a repair.
More Sigaflex.
But it does need done soon. Yeah.
The water doesn't get in
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
freeze, yeah. Okay, anything else?
That's all I.
Okay. I guess we'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded for adjournment. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, we're adjourned.
Lynn, you didn't give a report on moving the books upstairs?
It's where it was last time we talked about it, because we had all those people come in and out, and I haven't had any more time, so the next thing on the list is, the senior staff is gonna have a meeting and decide the parameters on that.
Okay, so probably by next week you'll start working on it?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
You